Welcome, everybody. Want to welcome George and Michelle, Jamal's parents. Great people. Want to welcome you, Coach Miles. Great to see you. You're important to LSU and always been important to all our lives, and we love you to death. But we're here to celebrate Jamal Adams. What a great Tiger. You know, he exemplifies our recruiting process. We want to recruit the state of Louisiana, get the great players in the state of Louisiana to come here, and to go out in our neighboring states first and get potential number one draft choices. And we got that in Jamal. We got more than that in Jamal. We got a Tiger for life. We got a leader. You know, growing up watching LSU football, he reminds me of what a Tiger defensive player plays like, with tenacity, with speed, strike you, discipline, team leader. Had a chance to really observe Jamal for 2 years. And I watched him grow. I watched him grow into his coach, Corey Raymond, who I know he loves. I watched him grow into Dave Aranda's system, who we all think the world of. But most of all, I watched him grow into be a man that we can all be proud of. I know his parents are proud of. He has great character on and off the field. And I waited a while to name him team captain. And I wanted him to be the team captain for our biggest game of the year. And he did a tremendous job of leadership when we were practicing for the bowl. He did a tremendous job of leadership when we got down to Orlando. We had no problem turning over the leadership of our team to Jamal Adams. We thought that he played one of his best games against Lamar Jackson and one of our best defensive efforts all year. And it was a tribute to him and the way he led this football team and he led this defense. He's an All-American. He's a two-time All-SEC player. He has 37 games with 26 starts, 209 career tackles, 17 and a half tackles for loss, 15 pass breakup, 5 interceptions, been in 2 top 10 defenses, on and on and on again. We all feel that Jamal will not only be an excellent NFL player, we'll feel that he has all pro capabilities and perhaps a Hall of Famer one day. I present to you Jamal Adams.
Thank you, Coach O, for those kind words. After deep prayer and consideration, my family and I have agreed that I would declare for the 2017 NFL Draft. The decision did not come easy, but with the support of my family and the people of LSU, I have been able to develop and grow into an athlete and a man that is prepared to take on this next chapter in my life. Before all, I would like to thank God. Without faith and the power of God, none of my opportunities would be possible. I would also like to thank my siblings for supporting me through everything. Thank you to my parents who have sacrificed so much in order for me to be granted with this opportunity. I am grateful for my mother, who has always shown me unconditional love. As for my father, I cannot think of a better role model and example. You being selected as the first-round draft pick by the Giants is something that has always filled me, made me eager to work, and made me feel like my goals were tangible because my own father have already achieved them. To Coach Mack, you have trained me since 7th grade, before I even knew I wanted to be a DB. It was you who made me fall in love with the position and molded me into the DB I am today. Thank you to Carlos and the Pullums. You coached me at a young age and made me physically and mentally tough. I would also like to thank Coach Brazel and Coach Hurd for molding me into the type of athlete schools look forward to offer scholarships to. Coach Hurd, you pushed me to limits that I didn't think I could reach. And since then, I've set higher standards for myself in everything I do. Becoming a student athlete at LSU has been a life-changing decision. Thank you to Joe Oliva for all you do for this program. I would also like to thank the training staff, Jack, Mama Shelley, Andy, for putting my health and safety first, as well as always having open arms for whatever I needed, even if it was just to talk. Thank you to our equipment staff, as well as Doug and the video staff. To Coach Moffitt and Eric, thank you for always pushing me. I have become a better football player by the work I have put in the weight room and the lessons I have learned from you guys. I would also like to thank Coach Miles for the opportunity to come to LSU and be a Tiger. To Coach Pivotal, thank you for allowing my first start to come to LSU and start on special teams. You introduced me to college football. Chief, thanks for allowing me to get my first plays in as a true freshman. Coach Steele, thank you for stepping in for Chief and letting me be free and blitz. To Coach Aranda, thank you for teaching me how to be a smarter football player and being the first DC to never scream at me. To Coach Raymond, I can't thank you enough for molding me into the player I am today, showing me what it takes to excel as a DB. And Coach O, I remember when you recruited me at USC and you were saying I needed to be a Trojan. I have learned that everything happens for a purpose, and I'm grateful you were able to be my head coach and we ended up together. You are family now, and we are both forever LSU. Thank you to my teammates for helping me create unforgettable memories and bonds that cannot be broken. To my DBU family, I love you, and I am happy to be a part of a brotherhood that cannot be torn apart. To all my fans and LSU family, I could not imagine representing a better school or fan base. Each of you push me and serve as my motivation every day. I hope that I can make you proud as I start the next chapter in my life. I wouldn't change my experience as a Tiger for anything in the world. Thank you for all you have given me. I love y'all, and go Tigers.
Jamal, obviously a tough decision, but who was the most influential in this decision and why?
Hands down, my parents. I can't ask for a better group, couple, like my father and my mom. They've sacrificed so much for me, and things weren't always handed to me, like everybody seems to think, but they pushed me so much, and I can't thank them enough. Well, it was definitely tough. I wasn't that guy that Googled my name and looked at, NFL drafts and mock drafts. I wasn't worried about that, man. We went through so much as a team this year. Coach Miles, being fired, and it took a toll on everybody. I wanted to change the program. I didn't want the program to go down. We hit adversity that nobody will ever see, no one will ever go through as a team, and I wanted to finish as a winner. There's been people saying that why were you saying Heisman and why were you saying this and that about returning, and it wasn't to try to trick anybody. It was to just stay focused and be where I am. I didn't want to be anywhere else. I wanted to focus on the team. I wanted to win. I wanted to, go out and beat Lamar Jackson and the Louisville Cardinals. And I was just focused on winning and finishing this strong. There's not been a time that I was focused on the league. But after the bowl game, I definitely sat down with my parents and family, and we talked. They gave their opinion, and at the end of the day, I prayed on it, and this is the right decision for me.
Jamal, here in the back, how important was it to you to have both Coach O and Coach Miles here with you today?
It's huge. I told my father to invite Coach Miles. I definitely wanted him here. family guy. I love Coach Miles to death. I love Coach O to death. Two great guys, two great head coaches. And now it's just, it's a family and a bond that, never can be broken. To this day, I can call them anytime I need to. And, I really wish the best for both of them. And I know they're going to do tremendous things. I definitely do. I feel like that, you need an agent. A lot of people feel you don't need one, but there's certain things that, you don't want to worry about as a rookie, or while you're being drafted. So, they can handle those things on the side.
Obviously, this is a big step for you going to the NFL, but it also leaves LSU without half of their secondary. Have you thought about, kind of next year what these guys are going to be missing without you and Trey, and who could step up?
It's DBU. It's simple. So, those guys, I know what they're capable of. You got Dante Jackson and Zay Lewis and Kevin Tolliver and John Battle and Greedy coming up and Cam and John, and it's so many people that can make an impact. And I think that the secondary is going to be fine. They have a wonderful coach, Coach Raymond. It's just, you just move on, So those guys know that they know what's at hand. That's funny because I texted them yesterday in a group message, and I told them don't let it slip. This DBU thing is something that we we pride ourselves on. Everybody's chasing it. Everybody wants to be us, and that's our standard. And I think they're gonna be ready for it.
Jamal, what are your plans now? Where will you train? Prepare for the NFL draft. What do you think you need to work on leading up to the combine?
Yeah, definitely. What I want to work on is it's really simple. Just bettering my 40. I think that's mainly the main thing that I'm focused on, and just becoming a pro. I that's why I wanted to do a press conference. I think that when you take the next step in your life, something this big, I think it needs to be done the right way. I wanted to do the press conference, and this is my start. This is my day one of being a pro. So I would definitely be in Arizona at Exos training, and hopefully it's the right training for me, and I plan to go out and put on a show at the combine.
Jamal, when you reflect on your time at LSU, what stands out most?
My first big game, I'll never forget it, and it's unique because it's the game my freshman year against Kentucky, my dad's alma mater. Leading up to that game, I was playing a little bit. I was playing mainly on special teams. I would get in here and there on defense at the dime package, and that's why I love Mustang so much. Thank to Chief, but it was a play that really I think sparked and set the tone for my career at LSU, and it was when Tre'Davious White, he caught a punt, and I was coming down and I made that huge block, and I think that that play just set the tone. I finished the game strong. I was kind of MVP of that game. And, from then on out, I never looked back. And the rest is history.
Jamal, we've seen Patrick Peterson be a mentor to a lot of guys coming out of LSU. Tyrann Mathieu, one of them. Do you have a mentor in mind in the NFL?
My father. He don't play DB, but yeah, Tyrann and Pat. I mainly talk to Tyrann. I talk to Ryan Clark. Really all of the DBs, Corey Webster. Those guys, I think that, they come around and not only to me, they come around and show love and talk to us, and anything we need, we kind of ask. So I really don't have a mentor like that certain one, but those guys are great guys. One day I hope to, be as good as them, and they're doing tremendous things.
Jamal's got time for one more. Ross, Jamal, when exactly did you make the decision, and how do you plan on telling teammates, or have you told them?
Yeah, I kind of made the decision before the Louisville game, but at the same time, I was kind of iffy. I sat down, after the Louisville game and with my parents and family. But I definitely, I told the team, I told most of the guys that, I loved them and, that I was moving on. But a lot of them joked with me and, said one more year. But, I made a decision and I'm moving on. Thank you.